period of 1 year, from June 2015 to June 2016, the neonatal unit at the Countess of Chester Hospital in Chester, England, suffered an unimaginable tragedy. Multiple healthy newborn babies died unexpectedly, and medical staff were at a loss to explain why. It wasn't until police launched an investigation in 2017 that a shadowy figure emerged at the center of the deaths: Lucy Letby, a trusted nurse in the neonatal unit. Welcome back to Crimescape. In this video, we will examine the killings committed by Lucy Letby, a profile of this deeply disturbed killer who betrayed her profession and forever shattered the lives of grieving families. The story begins in 2015, when the first unusual death occurred in the neonatal unit. A healthy baby boy died suddenly and unexpectedly on June 8th. At the time, it appeared to be a tragic but isolated event. However, over the next year, more healthy babies would die without clear medical explanation. Baby B on June 14th, Baby C on June 22nd, Baby D on June 29th. By August 2015, 4 infants had died under similar circumstances, yet doctors could not account for why these babies had passed away. The investigation dragged on for over a year, with Letby's name and photo kept out of the media. She continued living a normal life, even posting photos of herself on vacation on Facebook as the confidential investigation proceeded. In June 2018, after painstaking work by police and prosecutors, Letby was arrested again and charged with 8 counts of murder and 10 counts of attempted murder. The grotesque scope of the crimes had finally been revealed. In total, Letby was accused of killing 5 baby boys and 3 baby girls, all murdered in the neonatal unit while she was on duty. She was suspected of harming and attempting to kill 10 others who narrowly survived, but not without lasting damage. The youngest of Letby's victims was just a day old. Once her name finally surfaced in relation to the murders, the community was shocked and appalled. How could this seemingly caring nurse have committed such atrocities? Letby had been regarded as a trusted caregiver at the neonatal unit, where she started working after graduating from the University of Chester in 2011. She was known to be enthusiastic about her job, often greeting new parents and posting cheerful photos with infant patients on social media. Yet behind this friendly veneer lurked a callous serial killer, taking advantage of her position to murder helpless babies. At her trial, harrowing details emerged of just how Letby was able to systematically take the lives of so many newborns without drawing suspicion. As a nurse, she had unfettered access, allowing her to slowly inject lethal doses of insulin or air into the tiny bodies of her victims when no other staff were present. The baby's small size made it more difficult for doctors to detect foul play. Some deaths were attributed incorrectly to natural causes. The motivation behind Letby's horrific crimes remains a mystery. As a dedicated nurse, she would have been aware of the immense grief her actions would cause. Yet she remained unswayed as the death toll continued mounting, claiming more innocent lives. Expert witnesses at the trial suggested she was driven by a desire for control and power over her vulnerable victims, enjoying the secret knowledge that she held their fate in her hands. Throughout the trial, Letby never expressed remorse for her actions. Her defense tried to claim the babies had died of natural causes, but the jury comprehensively rejected this, finding her guilty of 7 murders and 7 attempted murders. After conviction, Letby was given 15 life sentences and will likely spend the rest of her life behind bars. However, for the broken families who attended the court every day, true justice can never undo the terrible damage done. The hospital where the tragic events took place has profusely apologized for failing to protect these most vulnerable patients from a staff member secretly set on murder. An inquiry is underway to determine how Letby's killings went unnoticed for so long and to ensure such a tragedy can never happen again. Medical facilities around the country are reviewing their own procedures as well to look for any weaknesses that could expose newborns to similar harm. To understand the full scope of Letby's crimes, we need to examine each murder and attempted murder in closer detail. Baby A was Letby's first victim, a healthy infant boy who died within hours of his birth on June 8, 2015. Interview testimony from the parents describes their excitement giving way to utter devastation when the hospital informed them their son had passed away without explanation. Baby B died mysteriously just days later on June 14th. Again, a healthy boy who medical experts stated should not have died. The 2 deaths in 1 week should have triggered alarms, but nurses kept reassuring distraught parents that this was just a tragic coincidence. When 2 more healthy boys, baby C and baby D, died on June 22nd and June 29th, it was evident something sinister was at work. Yet the hospital's internal investigation failed to uncover any foul play. Letby escaped scrutiny and was free to kill again. The death toll continued to mount. Baby E on August 4th, baby F on August 5th. The infants were dying faster than doctors could keep up. Meanwhile, Letby was portraying herself as a dedicated nurse who just wanted to care for her tiny patients. But the pattern was disturbing. She was often the last person seen with the babies before they suddenly collapsed and died. Her murder spree extended into 2016. Baby G died in September after Letby was spotted lingering by her incubator. Baby H perished in October, with Letby again one of the last to handle him while still alive. Then in April 2016, baby I became Letby's 7th and final murder victim. His devastated parents remembered Letby's smiling face as she told them their son was in safe hands. Weeks later, he would be dead. Alongside the murders, Letby attempted to kill even more infants. Baby J survived after a life-saving resuscitation when Letby's injection stopped his breathing. Baby K also narrowly escaped death after Letby added dangerous amounts of milk to her feeding tube. Each time she used her position of trust to carefully construct opportunities to be alone with her victims, knowing it would be her word against the dead if suspicion ever arose. But she made mistakes that eventually allowed police to unravel the pattern of unexplained infant deaths coinciding with Letby's shifts. Part of the tragedy is that so many opportunities existed to stop Letby's murder spree before it claimed multiple lives. Expert witnesses at the trial spoke of the red flags that should have been apparent after the first few deaths. But the hospital had no clear protocols for handling unexpected infant fatalities and did not cooperate fully with early police investigations. The hospital's directors have admitted serious mistakes were made. In 2021, an independent review found that a toxic work environment and staff shortages allowed Letby's crimes to go undetected too long. The hospital has now implemented new monitoring procedures and safeguards to prevent any repetition of the tragedy. Some experts have speculated that miscarriages Letby suffered may have warped her psychology. She may have envied mothers with healthy babies, while feeling a pathological desire to gain control over a child's life that she could never have as a mother herself. But her motives remain largely a mystery. At trial, she expressed no guilt or explanation for her actions. Her murderous instincts seemed to operate independently of external factors. The message from the Lucy Letby saga is clear. Hospitals must radically reassess their ability to detect deliberately harmful staff. Letby was hiding in plain sight, committing vicious crimes for over a year under the guise of a trusted nurse. Regular audits should be in place to ensure no cluster of deaths go uninvestigated when a staff member is continually present. The nightmare of the Letby murders should lead to positive reforms that save lives in future. But it came too late for the devastated parents who tearfully described in court holding their lifeless babies after they had fallen victim to Letby's unspeakable acts. They question why she was ever allowed into a position of care and supervision over newborn children. It is a question the hospital must ask itself repeatedly as it tries to comprehend how such evil could fester within its walls.